What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you on a beautiful fall day. I've got another pair of dunks that I want to get into with y'all today. They refer to these as the Next Nature dunks on the sneakers app, but I've also seen them referred to as the Toasty dunks. They really do look cozy. I think they're a perfect pair for this time of year, and I look forward to getting into them with y'all. Before we get to the kicks, if this is your first time through the channel, then welcome. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's look at these Toasty dunks. I love hoodie weather. This is so nice. Ladybugs everywhere. Alright, so to kick it off, this isn't your standard dunk box, but we've been seeing this a lot lately. It emphasizes Nike's move to reduce carbon emissions. I actually have a couple pair of shoes with these. Actually, the shoes that I'm wearing, these shoes that I have on foot right now, the Air Max Pre-Days, they came in a box like this as well, and it all just goes along with the effort to reduce carbon emissions, and I can get behind that. But I don't recall if I've had any dunks that have come in this box yet or not, but you can read there: journey towards zero carbon and zero waste to protect the future of sport. Pretty cool. The tag reads Women's Dunk High LX Next Nature. The colors are Summit White and Black Oil Green. That sounds gross, but that's what it's labeled as. And the suggested retail price on these is 130 bucks. This is a women's size 7.5. Man, I would like to curl up in these things and just take a nap. It's been a long week. It's been a long couple of weeks. I have been on my grind lately and I'm worn out. I could use some rest, but I think these things just look incredibly cozy, and I really think they came out well. And the name Toasty that they're referred to on GOAT and other places, that definitely hits the nail right on the head for me. I mean, these things just look about as cozy as a shoe could possibly be. But I'm a big fan. I love the colors. I love nature-inspired colors and earth tones, and really that's what we get here. We've got a pretty standard dunk tread pattern, but the outsole looks like it consists of that grind material, which I wasn't aware of until I just now looked at them, but it's got all those little speckles in there. And that looks like the grind technology that Nike uses, where they actually reuse rubber in their outsole to cut down on waste. So I didn't see anywhere that it uses the grind, but it really looks like that. So I think that's pretty neat, and I think it looks really cool. It's just this nice brown color, and it's got little speckles and flakes of all kinds of other colors going all through it. But then that nice brown outsole meets a bright white midsole, and again on the side of the outsole down here at the bottom, you can really see those other colors, just those speckles shining through, and I think that looks really neat. I really like that. But the midsole is bright white, and we've got bright white stitching on it. And then coming up to the mudguard, basically this whole upper has the feel of like a winter jacket or a bedspread. Don't know if it's like a nylon or polyester type mix, but a lot of it has these little ribs in there from lines of stitching going all through, and it just adds a lot of texture and a lot of depth and warmth, and I really like the way it came out. But it's a nice nylon feeling material here for this brown, and then on the base you can see more of that stitching, more of those lines running up. And for the whole base of the shoe, like you see there on the toe box, it's just a bright white nylon type material, and it just feels soft and it feels cozy. But then you've got white going up the sides there on the top, and below that we've got a nice, like, I'd call that a khaki color. It's a little bit darker than sail, but again, you see all these lines that are created and that texture just from the rows of stitching. Over top of that, we've got a black swoosh, and that feels like it's like a felt material. It's not suede, but it has a little bit of like a fuzzy look and a fuzzy feel, and I think that's felt. But that's what you have for both swooshes. And then up here at the top, again, this just feels like a winter jacket or something, but it's this nice green color, and that wraps around the back of the shoe. And you see more of those lines stitched in just to give it more texture. And for all these panels, it looks like the stitching matches whatever color that the panel is that it's on, if that makes sense. But then you've got more white up here along the collar, and more of those stitching accents. And the only bright color on the whole shoe is this neon orange, and I think that's nice. It just adds a little pop on there. For the eye stays, I think that is also a felt material. It looks like a suede, but I'm pretty sure that's felt, but that's more of that khaki color. And it looks really nice with the rest of the colors. And you've got that on both eye stays, and the laces match that khaki color as well. And those are flat laces. But then we've got a white nylon tongue. The tongue feels pretty standard, and at the top of it, it's got a brown tag that matches the color of the fabric on the mudguard, and it's got this Nike, I don't know what they call that emblem, but they use it on all the shoes that they're, you know, being conscious about their carbon emissions on. But then we've got a fuzzy sock liner, and it feels real nice and warm, and that's a white color.